And good morning. It's 68 degrees at 9:31 here in beautiful downtown Statesville. The rain has finally got to us, I do believe.
Well, Nancy just had her umbrella out, so I was looking out our AccuWindow window to see if it's how much rain there's going on. It's just a little drizzle.
It's hard to see with all those trees.
It is hard to see with those trees, but we can see through them.
The beautiful streetscape
is gorgeous, as is the campus of Mitchell Community College. And I saw, of course, the big picture. We had John Childress in just a while ago, who is the son of the other Childresses that have made the news, Frank and
Carol.
Carol, that's it. Sorry, Carol. So Megan Suber's here. Let's do that first. Megan Suber, hello. How are you?
Good morning.
Good to see you.
It's back to school time, Billy. I'm so excited.
Isn't that exciting?
It is very exciting for the 95% of parents that I know.
Yes.
This is the most exciting time of the year.
That's exactly right. Everybody goes back. And who did you bring with you today?
I have with me today Tamara Watkins, who you've heard before.
Oh, yes.
Our Director of Strategic Enrollment Management, and a very special guest, his 7th day on the job.
Hey!
Our new VP for Student Services, Dr. J.J. McEahern.
Hi there, Doctor. Do people just call you JJ? Or should we call you Dr. McEahern? Dr.
McEahern. I get a little bit of both. I get Dr. McEahern, I get Dr. J, I get JJ.
Dr. J.
Dr. J.
I like that.
We are so excited to have him here with us today.
That is great.
We're still in kind of like the new relationship phase where you're trying not to be too excited to scare the other person off. I know you know nothing about that,
I
Billy.
don't, that's right.
But we're really excited.
That's great. Well, I guess you want to talk about the endowment first?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's circle back to that.
Go for it.
We are so grateful for our donors. I know
Aren't they?
we've said this multiple times, but we are so grateful for all the wonderful friends of the college that we have out there that just continue to provide support for our college, our faculty, staff, and most importantly, our students. And the Childresses, their gift, if you read the memo, Billy.
Yes.
$1 million for financial aid at the college.
Yeah.
That is going to help so many students achieve their dreams.
Phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. So thank you so much to the Childresses. Thank you to all of our donors and to everyone listening out there. There just became a lot more financial aid available.
How about that? That is great. And Mitchell's already affordable to begin with. And so this just is just incredible, actually.
It's the best time to come back to college.
And this has been, it's a record year for donations, right?
It is. And I'm going to flip over my page to make sure I don't get it wrong. Mr. Hogan wouldn't like that. More than 2.7
Good morning,
million.
Mr. Hogan.
Oh, believe me, he's texting.
Oh, I know.
2.7 million in gifts and commitments.
Wow. This year alone.
This year alone.
That's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So what's new in your department over at Mitchell College?
All the things. Classes start August 16th.
Oh, really? The 16th?
They do.
Okay.
We're right in between ISS and Mooresville graded. Like we couldn't commit to the August 2nd start
One
date.
way or the other, yes.
But we didn't want to judge it out too long. So August 16th. Apply now. You can still come back to college. It is not too late. Tamara's going to talk in a little bit about some of our SOAR sessions, our orientation sessions that we have available, along with all the different support and financial opportunities and just student support opportunities that we have. I do want to make note of the elephant in the room a little bit.
Okay.
He's blue and sitting to the left of me. No, we did instate a mask requirement on campus yesterday. And that is for student, faculty, staff, visitors on campus, regardless of vaccination status. And we know that has some mixed emotions with people.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, we get that. Our goal with that is to make sure that we can have continuous in-person sessions and set us up for success with that.
Now, is that mask requirement inside and outside, or just inside, or?
Thanks for bringing that up.
No problem.
Just inside.
Okay.
When distancing is not possible.
Right.
And so, like I said, our goal with that is to set us up for success and promote continuous in-person classes. We've seen last year, and nationally, everyone's seen there are a body of students that really need those in-person classes.
Oh, yes.
And we don't want to get a couple weeks in the semester and then have to pull a class out or have to pull multiple classes out. And on top of that, we've got training that we do, like our BLET, like our nursing, like our welding, that those individuals do have to be in person.
Yes, absolutely.
And there are some requirements for that. And you may have seen online phlebotomy classes.
Yes.
That's not how we roll at Mitchell. We're not going to do that.
Okay.
So we're setting our students up for success, those that want to be in person, those that want to be hybrid, and those that want to be online. We've got a variety of options.
Okay,
for
so
students this
those
fall.
continue. Excellent.
And I'm going to roll over to Tamara to talk a little bit more about if students are starting, what they can expect with our SOAR virtual sessions.
Absolutely. So
First of all, say what SOAR is.
SOAR
Is it SORE?
SOAR.
Oh, okay.
Student Organizations, Activities, and Resources. Wow. Yes.
Very nice.
So the last time Megan and I were here a couple weeks ago, we talked about how these events were going to be on campus. It was going to be a fun day full of activities and getting to know us on campus. But like Megan mentioned, with the new mask mandate, we have made the difficult decision to move those events online.
They're still going to be fun.
Yes, they will still
I'm
be
sure
fun.
they will be.
You will still meet your faculty. We will have a couple fun giveaways going on there. And so we just made this decision yesterday, and so we are still getting the word out. So students, if you're listening, if you have signed up, more information is coming to you. But those sessions were originally scheduled for Thursday, August 12th from 2 to 4, and Saturday, August 14th from 9 to 11. Those days and times will stay the same. We will just move online.
Okay.
So we just want to do the best by everyone and keep everyone safe, and being in class in person is the most important, and we don't want to jeopardize that.
And when you say online, does that mean you're going to be doing like Zoom type?
Yes,
Okay.
we will be on Zoom. A couple of the faculty and staff will actually be presenting in person on the Statesville campus. We want to try to make it as personable as possible, as
Right.
close to in-person as we can, and then we'll have faculty breakout rooms where you can go and meet your faculty and ask questions about the program that you're going into.
Okay.
So, and that mask mandates all campuses?
Yes, all campus locations.
Okay. And we had a text in asking, how are you handling the cosmetology classes? I guess if you're trying to put makeup on, it'd be hard to use the mask. I don't know.
Well,
That's a good question.
That is a tough one there.
cosmetology classes. You threw me for a loop, Billy. I need more coffee.
I'm sorry. Well, that's
no,
what.
No, that is a prime example of why we decided to
Yes.
have the requirement on campus, because those are classes that need to meet in person.
Yes.
Like I threw out the example of phlebotomy. The same thing with welding. We don't necessarily expect our students to have equipment to weld at home. Some of them do. Some of them do. But that's one of those things for safety reasons, if nothing else.
Sure.
We need to train you how to use this equipment correctly.
Okay.
In a lab setting. We need to train you how to do hair and skincare, and because that requires equipment and that
Yes, it
requires
does.
chemicals.
Yes, it does.
We need to train you how to safely do that in
Right.
a lab setting, and to be able to do that in person. We're setting us up for success
There you go.
in staying in person.
So I hope that answered your question there. Let me just make sure I don't have another one on here. It's like,
Well, while you're doing
Emily's
that,
makeup looks good today. Oh, she's gone. I'm sorry.
while
right.
you're doing that, I'd love to give Dr. McEahern a chance to give a little bit of his background. I know we introduced him, said we're excited about him, and then we went and talked about mask mandates.
That's right. So actually, that's where do you come to us from?
I actually come from Charlotte, North Carolina, so I'm really close. I was at Central Piedmont for 17 years, and I've worked in higher education for over 20 years.
Wow.
And I've really enjoyed everything about higher education. I have a passion for students. I have a passion for student success. And personally, because I did not do so well my first year of college, I have a passion for first-year students. So when Tamara said that the online SOAR would be fun, we're going to make it fun because we want students to connect to Mitchell Community College. And so we're excited about that. So I'm excited about being at Mitchell. It's a great place in terms of online offerings, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, the faculty have done a phenomenal job at making these classes engaging. And that's one of the things we had to learn through COVID, is how to make these classes engaging, how to make students connect more to the faculty and to the content. So I'm excited to be here.
Well, this has got to be a little bit different, for even though you've been at Mitchell for 10 days.
7.
7 days.
Like, let's not get too.
I know, get a little bit. But you've had to deal with this in the other realm of this new. How did it must have thrown you for a loop at the beginning to go from having classes to having virtual classes to splitting it up to how do you put your head around things like that?
Absolutely. It was probably challenging for most of us because it really turned us upside down on what we were used to doing. And many community college students need more hands-on. Some of them don't have the background in terms of the academic preparation. Some of them have not seen some of the things that you do when you're in college. So we were used to having them on campus, using labs, being in tutoring sessions, getting the support on campuses. And so when COVID hit, it was really challenging for us to kind of figure it out. But we pivoted well, and what we found out is that we could do just about everything virtually. However, there was a gap. There were students without technology. And so every college had to sit back and say, one, how do we get technology to students? How do we get hotspots to students? How do we, even the playing ground for all students? And so that was a big challenge for most of us. And really what we had to do is really work with companies and donors and get the necessary tools for students to be successful. And then I think the faculty and staff had to pivot and figure out how do we make these classes and student services more engaging. And that was where the challenge was as well. And so I think we all did a really good job at that. And but it did throw us for a loop a little bit because students then had to understand technology a little bit more and understand really that I want to see your face on that camera. I don't want to see just an L or a K or something. Right, we want to see you, and that made a whole lot of difference as well.
I can imagine so. So I just for the sake of conversation. So you come from one community college background to another community college background. So talk about Mitchell. What attracted you to Mitchell, and how much different is it from other community colleges? Now, this is the
interview portion of the date.
Yes, it is. That's right.
Well, it's really interesting. Back in 2012 is when I started my doctoral program. And one of the first assignments was actually to go to a college and spend the entire day at the college.
Oh.
And the first college I selected was Mitchell Community College.
Really?
Yes. And so I spent a day with the president, the vice president, and the student services staff, and the board of trustees. And at the end of the day, I said to myself, if there's a place I would like to work based on the campus, the people, the leadership, it would be Mitchell. And
wow.
During that doctoral program, I had the chance to visit 9 other schools. And even after visiting those other 9 schools, I realized that Mitchell was great. And so it really wasn't a hard choice when I saw that position appear available. I said, man, this is my opportunity to go and work with some great people. And then I looked at Iredell County, and I fell in love with the county in terms of what Mitchell provides for the community. I mean, in terms of producing the type of citizens that can help with everything from economic development to healthcare to reducing crime. There's so many things that we do as a community college that helps right here in the community. And that's the thing I love about the community college is that I don't have to say no to anybody. It's just about where do you start at Mitchell. And so if you come to the door and you say, I want to do this, we can usually figure out a plan for you. and you could be the valedictorian, or you could be just laid off, or I mean, there's so many different people who have so many different stories that is why the community college is so necessary for communities. And we hope to continue to grow in Iredell and provide exactly what it needs.
And what a great story that is.
I know, isn't he great? He earned a second date.
No wonder, yes, I was going to say, no wonder you married him.
So I've been looking at taking some marketing classes, and I graduated from Central Piedmont back in '92. So my transcript's like on a stone tablet and chiseled in. But would I have to have that sent to Mitchell? Probably.
You would, and that's a painless process.
Okay.
That is something that all of the colleges and learning institutions are used to doing. All you have to do is contact your institution, in your case, Central Piedmont, request a transcript be sent to us, and they'll handle the rest.
All right. I'll do
How
that
easy
today.
and simple.
Yes.
So, when I was growing up, again, back in the dark ages, it was like, you go to that 4-year college. You wear your team colors proud. You see a lot of that around here. There's this kind of blue color everybody wears.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Either light or dark, or red,
Light.
or black and gold in my case. But I've come to find out, and I told my kid, and I've said this many times, I told my kids when they were graduating high school, I said, go to Mitchell for 2 years and get all your general college stuff and thing. And then if you want to go on, go on. But that's even changed now. You go to Mitchell to learn a trade, to learn, to get out there and work after that 2 years, which I think is fabulous.
And to be clear, you can still come to us for 2 years. And
Yes,
then
you
go to a
can.
4-year.
Yes, you
Absolutely.
can,
We
yes.
still offer that. That wasn't canceled. But
But you've got all that. You've got everything else, though.
there are so many options. And the schema has really changed, Billy. You hit the nail on the head. It used to be you go to a 4-year institution, or you work in a factory, or
Yeah.
you do some trade-esque job.
Right.
That's not how it works anymore, and that's okay, because that's not how people work anymore. I have going to be 10th grader. Guarantee he needs to go to community college for 2 years. He
Yeah.
needs that time to explore and find out what he wants to do, and there is absolutely no shame in that.
At all.
No.
That's fact.
Let me jump into the other thing is, I spoke to a group of kids the other day, and I told them it took me 12 years to pay off my college loans.
Yes.
And that was a long time.
At least you paid them off.
Some people are still working on that.
That's right.
Absolutely. And I was explaining to them they were in a program where in a year they could do 6 months of school, 6 months in an intern, and then go right into the workforce,
Yeah.
much like you said.
Right.
And they would do it without debt. And one of the great things about the community college in general is the cost. I mean, you get the same value at a very low price and very low cost. And that's amazing. Between financial aid and the foundation and donors, my goal is always, when I'm talking to students, is saying, we want you to get through the whole process debt-free, because we want that first paycheck that you get. You can keep some, but you can put some in the bank, or you can invest some, but you don't have to pay anybody back.
Yeah.
You get to get those 2 years, and whether you transfer or whether you go right into the workforce, both of those options are great.
Yeah.
And so that's huge for me, because, we live in a society now where kids learn how to spend money really quick. They get a debit card or something, and they're just zoom. And
yeah.
I'm paying for my video games, and all of a sudden it's like $200. I said, for what? For some more bullets or what? What are you buying online? And so saving money is really important. And for me, the whole goal is, let's go ahead and think about your bachelor's degree after you graduate, or
Yeah.
let's think about your training when you go into, one of your industries,
Right.
your additional training, or let's go ahead and think about a master's or doctoral degree. Let's just raise the bar, but you can save so much in those first 2 years and get the same type of experience. And when you walk on Mitchell's campus, you feel like you're at one of the light blue or dark blue schools that you were talking about a little earlier.
You are.
Or the red.
Yeah, or the red.
Or the black and gold.
Or black
Or
and
the
gold.
black and
That's
gold.
right. Either one. And Mitchell's campus is just, just gorgeous. And you can't beat that. People have actually, and I think I heard that one time. It may have been Mr. Hogan was saying that
It probably was.
Mitchell and like Davidson were around the same time, and they.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So,
we're brother and sister schools.
Yeah, and
Quite
so-
literally, they were the boys' school and we're the girls' school.
That's right. That's right. So thank heaven for whatever it
watermelons.
is. And so anyway, it is a gorgeous campus, and you can walk on campus and hear the little dun 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 dun.
Absolutely.
You know, and it just looks that way instead of a bunch of office buildings. So anyway, that's neither
So
here
come
nor
be a
there.
Mitchell Maverick.
Absolutely.
Come join us on campus this fall. There are scholarships and grants and funding opportunities available.
What's the deadline? I'm sorry, Bill. What's the deadline for registration?
Classes start August 16th.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say that we can't get you in a class if you come to us August 16th. May
Right.
not be the class
I
you
got
want,
Yeah,
But you'll
but
get a
earlier
class.
the better.
That's right.
gotcha. Yeah.
Like start today.
Especially if you're going into nursing. I'm just going to say that right ahead. Because nursing gets filled up right quick.
That is a competitive program with good outcomes.
Good way to put that. A competitive program. It means if you don't hurry, you won't get in. Right now, that's what that means. And you got the new sciences building.
The health sciences building, yes.
That's where all the nursing stuff goes on.
All the nursing and medical assisting. Our BLET also use it. Our EMT, EMS, paramedic programs use it. It's fantastic.
It's a beautiful building.
And we want our students to be in class using it this fall.
Absolutely. All right. So for more information, we go to
MitchellCC.edu.
Can't beat that. And of course, Dr. I'm going to have a hard time. McEahern.
Very good.
Dr. McEahern's cell phone number is
704.
No, looking forward to it. Thank you once again. Thank all of you for coming by. Good to meet you.
Thank you,
Good to
Billy.
meet you.
Thank you, Ham.
Thank you.
Welcome to Statesville.
All right.
It's
Thank
a
you.
great place to be. That's right.
Yep. All right, 9:52. Y'all have a great day.
Purity